Happy Monday, everybody.
Yes, happy Monday.
Hello, Maria. Hello, Addie. How are your weekends?
Mine was spectacular. It was beautiful here and
Mine,
not as
sorry.
spectacular. Yeah, Addie was probably having some fun. She was having a fun weekend.
Yeah. Welcome back, Addie, by the way.
Hello. I had a
everyone-
full recovery weekend.
Are you happy it's over?
For that one, yes.
Yeah.
It was a lot. That was the most I've done yet. It was great and it was wonderful. We had great numbers and everything, but it was a lot.
Last night's episode was a lot. And I have to say, not bad. I mean, they're not as dreadful as they normally are. So I only paused maybe 10 times watching the show, as opposed to usually 100 to 200 times that I pause every 2 minutes because I'm like, how much longer is left that I have to watch? But it wasn't bad last night. I'll give it credit for that one. Let's say hi to everybody and let's get into it. Hello, Kendra. Welcome to the club. There we are. Elizabeth W, Barbie, Callie, Christine, Ellie, Tanya, Susie B, MTT, J Freak, Wendy H, Elizabeth W, Ruth Ann,
Hi, Ellie.
Lisa G. Did I say Christina B? Well, hello twice then if I didn't. Ellie. This mouse works wonders, I have to say. I'm so impressed with this mouse. I know I can actually navigate a PC again, because that MacBook really did a number on me, gotta say. 2 years of hell. Rita, hello.
Hi, Lisa G.
Jewel, hello. Jewel, I'm always late, so it's cool. Yeah, so last night's episode wasn't so bad. Just some housekeeping. If you'd like to become a member and you're not, like Kendra just became one, hit the join button next to the subscribe button on my main page. If you're an iPhone user or a MacBook, make sure you do it from Google Chrome or whatever, because they're going to charge you more money. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. What else?
Hit the thumbs up. Did I say that?
Oh, yeah, thumbs up.
Hit the
Definitely
thumbs
thumbs
up.
up. We also accept thumbs down. Just
Yeah, I don't
push
care.
something.
Yeah,
Comments after.
They don't
Tell
do
me how
anything.
terrible I am. It's fine. And also, so the schedule this week, I don't know what's going on for tomorrow, but Wednesday night will be Jersey. Thursday night will be Sister Wives. What do we have going on for Sister Wives for Thursday? Do we have a contest? I can't remember.
We do have a contest. So there was a lack of clarity because we were really spitballing. But in my mind, we are doing family crests for the Brown family. And you will potentially win a pair of LuLaRoe stretch pants.
Now, from Mary, I hope.
No, I think one's from Julie, from moderator 148, and one's from Ashley Nicole.
So pre-owned stretch pants from one of my moderators.
I think they're unworn. Also, Ashley Nicole has a pretty great stock too, and she said she would also donate. So
I got a pair of underwear here. Do I need to sweeten the pot?
Are they clean and new? These are new. I don't think these are used.
What do you want? I don't know.
I don't
People
wash your
are
underpants.
finicky with what they want.
No, good.
Yates you, I think we'll do the week after.
Yeah. Oh, and Yates you can start giving me those too. I've already gotten one from Elizabeth W, and it was a pretty good, jumping off point. So I was pretty excited about that. But yes, Yates you as well, and you can send that whenever. Send that stuff whenever. Give us something good. What would Yates University have, keeping in mind that the mascot is the Raging Champion?
I don't know if I'm sold on the terrific Tampon as the mascot. I don't know. I don't know if I want. I don't know. I have to revisit that. I mean, unless we have two mascots. I don't know. Is a Tampon what I want Yates U to be about? I can see the chance, pull a string. I don't know. I don't know.
It sings.
I mean, initially you had said Phoenix, but then you sort of just went
Well, I
on
kinda
a
like the
mad
Phoenix
dash with
idea.
the tampons. So maybe give us a couple of thoughts.
The
couple of
Phoenix
ways.
tampons? I don't know. I just it's gonna be like a very like collegiate, just very like I don't want to say like Ivy League, but like close to like Vassar. Like Vassar's not Ivy League, but like around town, like that type of feel. Like not quite Ivy League, but like it's a good school. So we'll see. Yeah. So we clearly need more time on Yates U. I think I like the Phoenix better.
I do.
But I do think that there's a way to bring in the fighting tampon spirit that we all have at Yates U. Hey Roro. Thank you. Me and Maria always do that. We cancel each other out. We do with the clip. Thank you, Roro. I'm gonna give you 2 shakes. And then a bell and a Care Bear.
Oh, that was cute.
Oh, what? You thought I was gonna bring Grimace out. Not this time. See what happened? Yeah, like I think like the fighting tampons is like a good, strong like mascot, but like I don't want like when you're wearing like your Yates University like hoodie. Like I just don't want there to be like a tampon.
Well, I don't think you need to do like a big cartoon tampon. Like you work it in there. Like I will agree that Elizabeth W. worked hers in there in a way that at first glance, you don't. It doesn't just scream, "Oh my gosh, there's a tampon," and then you look for a minute, you're like, "Oh, there totally is." So
That's what I did when I saw it. I was like, "What am I seeing? What?" I
feel
honey,
like
can
we're
you
like
see
opening
this?
up the college like in Accepted, like the South Harmon Institute of Technology. Like that's what I feel like we're starting now. Like, did you ever watch Accepted? Oh my god, that movie Accepted from like a million years ago with Jonah Hill, and it's like these kids that can't get to college, and like they invent a school. It's actually a really cute movie. It's a cute movie. If you haven't watched it. I think it's on like one of these streaming devices. But it's a really cute movie. It just reminds me of. So yeah, let's get into the show. We have a lot to discuss. I have a lot of voices to do. Wendy, how dare you? And you're right. Yeah. I'm going to start the other intro and then we get into it. Oh, where is it? Blah, blah, blah.
Teeny, teeny, tiny shots.
Oh, Stephanie, get out of here.
That one on.
He is. He's fabulous. And he's on the inside.
I pulled that one on.
All right, so
I'm sorry.
bam. Where do we start? Hey, Brit Talks. Where do we start? I don't know.
There was quite a few good ones.
I'm kind of excited for a couple of them. Wait, that's Sister Wives. Okay, so we have Nicole, Mahmoud, Debbie, and Osama, Jeymi, and Chris, which is
Given Gabriel.
not much to say, but that was like my favorite segment. I think was Jeymi and Chris's. I don't know. Oh wait, I'm not. My camera's not on. I don't know why. There I am. Sorry. Jeymi and Chris they'd have been my favorite segment. We have Danielle and Johan, Jen and Rishi, and then a lot this week. We have Gabe and
Theirs was kind of small, I thought.
What's her name? Isabel. That's right.
Isabel.
Isabel, see. Gabriel and Isabel.
I kind of want to bookend it with fun. So I don't know. Why don't we start with Nicole first?
I mean, I don't know if that's a bookend of fun, but let's start.
I found it fun. And she started off the episode, so we'll go that way. Okay, so it's day 2 in Cairo. Their relationship has been total shit since jump. I'm still trying to figure out how they fell in love. Did they explain like how they fell in love at all? Like
She
what was
walked.
it?
She walked into the fabric store, right? That's how she met him. Was it a fabric store? And
Yeah.
then
Was it the one that he worked at?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
It's his fabric store.
So she liked him because of fabric.
Well, I think they bonded over fabric, and then they spent the entire like 24 hours or whatever together, and yeah, they just instantly connected with each
not
other.
not pobre, Wendy.
Pobre, Jeymi.
Pobrecita.
Not
No
pobre.
no entiendes que es
We'll get
pobre.
there. get there.
Pobre.
So it's day 2, and she's waking up. Mahmoud is in the kitchen with his mom, and and I love his parents. They love Nicole. They want her to be happy, so she don't have to worry about that at all, right?
Right.
And she's taking her time in the shower, which I guess she realizes because that's a big house with a lot of people in it.
Yeah.
And she's saying in the bathroom that she's, homesick, and she felt bad about last night, and that she didn't mean to have, not everything's on his head.
Yeah.
Am I missing something?
And she's squeegeeing the floor. That's what you do.
That's what you do. Yep.
You don't want to
So that
slip in your
people
own
don't
bathroom. No
fall.
one is too. So, she's grieving the death of her old life. Wow. What a
She
statement
is.
to say
Not
on your
what you
second
wanna
day of
say.
your new life.
Yeah, she starts crying. She's kind of got that emotional weight on her from just everything. Like, just this has to work out. I have given up everything to be here with him. This has to work. And you can see she's an anxious person. So she's putting that much more heaviness on this, right? And then, Mahmoud is like, he feels sad too. He doesn't want her to feel sad. He feels the same thing. Like, he's not showing it to the same level that she is, but I think he feels the same thing. Like, if this is going to be my fault if this doesn't work out, if I can't make her happy, if she's sad and miserable, that's on me. That's resting on my shoulders. So it was a moment where I could actually see that they both love each other. I could see it on his side too for a moment. Because he really didn't want her to cry. He looked so sad.
He was
looked sad.
irritated with her because she was crying.
I didn't think it was irritated. He looked genuinely sad to me.
Do you have like a fever or
He
something
was
like
irritated.
that? Did you get your booster? Everything
The way
okay?
he talks,
You
the way he
feeling,
talks.
feeling good in your body? You okay?
I feel
Okay,
good.
honey. Okay, honey. That's the
Well,
voice.
No, okay, love. Okay, love.
Oh, love.
Okay,
Sorry. No, he does say that.
Yes.
Okay.
He did say honey
Love.
too. He said
He
both.
does
Yeah.
say honey, but it's okay. Okay. It's like, shut up. That's what I felt he was saying. Shut up.
Well, because he doesn't know what to do, right? He's overwhelmed by everything she's saying. And so he doesn't want her to be sad. And he doesn't know how to make it go away, right? He doesn't know what
Oh,
he's
you know
doing.
what's going to make it go away? By saying my love every other 3 words. Because
Yes.
for me, I wouldn't want to strangle him. Like, if he kept saying, okay, my love, okay, I had to sneeze. Okay, my love, I'm hungry. Okay, my love, I got a runner in my pantyhose. Okay, my love, like I can't.
The tone of his voice is more of an annoyed, okay, my love. It's not just okay, my love. It's okay, fine. That's what I hear. Maybe it's just me.
I don't think it's just you, but for me, I just felt his anxiety as well, because for him, he needs this to work. He needs it to work too.
And she does put that out, probably pulls that anxiety out of him too. Because I knew that. I know my poor husband.
And he sounds like someone who should work in customer service. Like I posted that, what? I'm sorry. It's like this guy should be moonlighting as customer service. What can I do to make you feel better, my love? And I understand that you're upset, my love. And it was like you can get a free toaster if you open up a checking account, my love. It was just it was like him reading a manual, how to deal with someone who is annoyed. I understand that you feel that way. And I accept that. And how does that make you feel? And if anybody ever watched The Office, and you know about Angela and Phyllis, Phyllis printed out like instructions on how to deal with a difficult person, and I think it was like they were playing a party, and like Angela was just jogging on Phyllis, and Phyllis was like, I'm sure that makes you unhappy. Are you okay with that? Like, that's exactly what I thought of when I was watching it.
It's hard for me because I there was a moment where I actually believed him, like I could see, he said, I want to make her happy. Being in Egypt is the only way we can be together, right? And you're not here because you love Egypt. You're not here because you love your family. You're here because you love me. And so,
does she love him?
Definitely.
Why would she be there?
What?
Why is she there?
Because she loves him. That's the only reason to be there. There's no other reason to be there. She gave up everything for him.
I think he doesn't love her. I think it's the other way around. I think she thinks she's in love with the idea of loving him because she doesn't.
I don't know, man.
Really
this episode, she put him in so many uncomfortable positions in this episode, and he did it.
I will give him credit on that. He did acquiesce to her outrageous demands.
I mean, they didn't seem outrageous to us, but then when you see him in that situation, you could feel how for him, like he felt scared just sitting down in a cafe with her, in that part of Egypt where it's only all men sitting around. Like you could feel it that he was like, oh, this is bad. I can't do this. I'm gonna get in so much trouble.
Yeah, no, I sense that too. And he asked the waiter, he's like, is it okay if she's here?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, it's fine. Take a chill pill.
Exactly.
I'm sure it wasn't fine though, but the guy was like, yeah, no, there's cameras there. He's like, yeah, no, it's okay.
Yeah, technically,
Sure,
yeah, you can do it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Friends. But yeah, it was all like hunky dory, peachy keen, all that good stuff. So all right, so next scene, right? He's sticking around Egypt to familiarize her, her with her new surroundings and whatever. And we kind of just said like the cafes are for men, and so yeah, that we kind of just that was that scene pretty much.
That was that scene, but then she brought up during that scene that she wanted to meet his friends, and it was sort of like, what? Like I only ever saw, all of my friends' wives at their wedding, and that's it. Like wives are a red line. You don't cross that. That's a private, relationship. And
which seems to be very truthful because then, Nicole gets Mahmoud to invite his friends for dinner. And then the restaurant they looked at, because I was looking in the background and there were women there, right? Like I was looking around. I'm like, okay, is it just a men's restaurant? Like what's going on? And it seemed to be a lively place except that table. Like that table was the place where you find out that both your parents and your children all have like stage 4 cancer and you're going to lose everything. Like that was like the frivolity level at that table. It was like,
it was a serious table.
It was like a funeral, man. It was bad.
So at one point he says something to her and I was like, oh, good one. He said, I know that she has this one face she does. And when she does that face, I know that it's not good. And she's really bad right now. And that's her anxiety face. I know exactly what that face is. I was like, I know, I saw it. There it is. Yeah. So it's, she's sitting there and she didn't know where to look. She didn't know who it was okay. He told her, don't shake hands. She asked, what were the rules? Don't shake hands. So she didn't go in there. He went in and kissed everybody, double kiss on the cheeks.
Very Beverly Hills. I thought it was like Lisa Rinna walking into like Kyle's house. He was like, like right,
one of them kept hold of him as the last one. If you go back and watch it, he kind of held him a little bit before he let him. The friend held Mahmoud a little bit before he let him go, and I'm going, what the?
Yeah, because they were sort of like hugs. They were like hug smooches. So yeah.
So they're very friendly.
They're very friendly with men to men.
I have said like maybe he's a little, like Mr. Roper would say, like, fancy.
Yeah.
But looking back at Aladdin with Laura, Aladdin was also very chummy with his like buddies like that. So I think that's just the culture with the men there.
I know that double kissing and cheek kissing is no big deal. It's a thing.
It is a thing. It was like that in Belgium too.
That doesn't. It was just the way that last guy held on a little bit before he let go. I'm like, oh.
Maybe so he didn't fall over because he had to reach way over the table. It was like,
okay, we'll give him that.
I can't reach you, but he found a way.
He found a way.
He's like, I can't get to you. It was like, but listen, they made it work. So what do we see? Nicole trying to ask questions. How did you first all meet each other? Everything failed. She had to translate for him. He had to ask the questions. Nobody understood what she was saying. It was like a nightmare.
It was, but I did appreciate that his friends tried, right? I would have liked it better if their wives had come, but I understand why they didn't. But they all tried to answer. It was definitely an awkward situation. And then when the food finally came, they just all horked it down.
I'm full. Let's leave. No dessert. Where's the check? Check. No dessert. Wrap this shit up. So yeah.
So what did she learn from that? She said she learned something. Do you remember what she said?
Yeah, she learned that Mahmoud tells the truth that he said it was going to be awkward, and it was in fact awkward, and that she should probably listen to him a whole lot more since she's there, and maybe he's not like putting smoke up her dress all the time.
So and her being in those situations, I think maybe she might pick up on that, and maybe that will help her as this goes on. I wouldn't be surprised if she learns from this. But if he don't stop that whole yes, dear, or yes, honey, yes, or whatever it is he's doing, you're gonna drive me nuts.
Yeah,
stop.
But
I say she's out by day 4. I don't even give her a week.
I don't know.
Like she's on day 2, and like day 1 was a nightmare. Day 2 was like okay. Like I wouldn't say it's good. I wouldn't say it was great. I'd be like, you managed. I don't know what to say other than that. Day 2.
They get credit for managing though, right? Because they both had to do things they didn't want to do, right? And they both did it. So to me, that counts for a lot. If they're both willing to try to meet each other halfway, it's a big deal. But it's definitely a concern because she's really concerned about being isolated, right? You don't see women, out together. You're not seeing. She needs to know people. She can't just be locked in the house with his mom.
That's never going to happen there. That's never, ever, 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 ever going to happen there. It's never like the wives stay home. They're not at the cafe. It's not what she's used to in LA. It's like 4 days.
Maybe, but I think they did say. I'm sorry, Addie. I think they did say, like in Cairo, like you saw in the in the restaurant, that there were men and women together. So in Cairo, you'll see that more. It just seems like he's in like a really old school, religious-y sect. I don't know,
but like maybe like that was a family. It's weird. Like, obviously, we're not. We don't know what's the norm over there, right? So like, who are we? But like, I don't think that she's ever gonna want what she's looking for. They said in the last week's episode, you don't go out, but you have your family, and your family is like your real girlfriends, right? Like, and she's not going to be like, Samantha in this, Cairo Sex in the City exchange. It's just not happening. It's not going to happen.
And the last thing she said, she was worried that her time there will be isolating, which we figured that out.
She already is. She knows it's not. That's why she's crying.
She isolates herself too, though. She has to remember that in her head. She's an isolator. She doesn't like people. She can't be in groups. She freaked out in the restaurant because it was a group situation and there was people and noise and everything. That's why she was panicking. And then she says she needs to figure out how to be herself there, because otherwise she needs to leave.
But by the way, she still has to like get with the hijab, right?
And I did hear him say that. He used the g sound. I was like,
hijab, right? Because I saw,
she posted it in her stories that in Egypt, that's the way they say it.
So, it's what she's never going to do. She's never going to do the dietary thing, which she said, which I don't see her doing. I don't see her, I mean, maybe I'm being like a bit hasty with 4 days, maybe 5. I don't know. I just don't see this ever working, ever.
It's going to be hard.
It's going to be like claws on a chalkboard the entire time.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to accept that you love each other, but your values are so different that it's torture to be together. So,
but how do they love each other? He gave her like a yard of good fabric at some fucking souk over there in fucking Cairo, and then she marries him for it. They spend a month together. She leaves for a year or 2. And then she comes back like, oh my God, remember I married you? Hi, I'm back. But I'm still going to be the same person I was and not adhere to the rules in this very stringent conservative country.
No, it's going to be so hard. But I'm not mad at any of them for trying one last try. Because to me, if they don't want to get divorced or if they do want to get divorced, let's make sure that we can't do this. And I don't know if they can, man. I don't know.
Britt wants to know, Maria, where are you seeing the love? Because I'm a little lost with you on that one too, Maria. Where are you seeing all this love?
She was walking around. She didn't have a hijab on. She's wearing jeans.
What's his name?
He went into a cafe that made him incredibly comfortable.
On his side, yes.
Yeah, these are all indicators of love. And then even when he was talking to her, you could see. I mean, yes, he was saying, "Yes, my love, my love," and it could be a little bit dismissive, but there was another layer to it where, to me, he's so worried about making her happy. He wants to make her happy, but he doesn't think he can. So,
right.
He also doesn't want to see what he calls the crazy part. He's trying to avoid that. He said, and then there's this part where she's crazy. It's called sensory, okay? It's not crazy. It's just a thing.
You know what? All men. I feel like all men say that about women, and it's ridiculous. Yeah, but in hers, yes, we know what we can see kind of where it comes from.
Yes,
but it's not really crazy. So
it's fun if you're flighty. Some of us aren't. Some of us are statues and mannequins, and others of us are very flappy.
Yeah, when she gets overwhelmed, she turns into like a porcelain doll.
Because she is a porcelain doll. Because she is like her eyes are like this, like those scary ones, like.
Yeah, the ones you tip your head and they blink.
And giggling, sorry.
And her mouth bends like on South Park. What is it? Kyle's brother. He's like, what was it? Is this thing? The little baby one? He's like that one. One from Canada. Sorry. All right, let's go off because we're already a half hour in and we have not gotten to the.
There's a lot, so much with them.
Should we just do Debbie next and get that over with?
Yes, let's do Determined Debbie.
Determined Debbie. Determined Debbie does
Morocco?
No, Morocco. I don't know. I need another D. I need the alliteration to work there. So I fell flat on that one. Is there a city in Morocco that starts with D? Because that would be helpful. All right. So Determined Debbie is, it's her last day in Georgia. She's having a hard time making up the stairs.
I missed that.
Yeah, it's like the first scene.
Yes, her dress.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Get up the stairs.
Too long. Okay, I remember now.
I'm like, oh, this is gonna work. Okay, this bitch can't even get up the stairs in her own house. But sure, okay, Morocco's gonna work. Sure. So she's there. My first line, can't make it upstairs. I love myself sometimes. Moving to Morocco. And then, obviously we know that the son, Julian's upset. Anyone should be upset. I don't think anybody here, does anybody here, now don't be afraid to get on this soapbox, but does anybody here, put in the chat, and I promise I will only make fun of you a little bit, or maybe more. I don't know. Put it in the chat that if you think that Debbie is wise and why. I want to know the reason why Debbie's smart to make this move and that she's not some idiot. Determined Debbie does Drea Valley, Morocco. There it goes. Thank you, Susie.
You got it.
Come on.
Okay, I'm answering my question. Do 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 do.
No, and I don't know.
There, I've answered it for myself. I've answered it for
Oh,
myself.
God.
Oh God, Maria's the worst. Oh, you're gonna hate me this whole episode.
Well, this is why we have a panel. So, like, if we all agree with each other, right? It would be boring to watch. So, okay. So, determined Debbie, who can't make it upstairs. She's 68. She's about to go to Morocco to marry a 24-year-old who we meet today for the first time. Let's talk about
Ooh.
Osama's likes and dislikes, guys. Okay, so here we have Osama.
love
He's
him.
24. He's from Morocco. He likes cats, which
I was gonna say he's a cat man. I like him already.
More than people.
I mean, I can't
Hey!
argue with him on that one.
No.
As I have 3. So, he likes skateboarding. He likes
He's
silence.
pretty good at it.
He's pretty good. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yes.
Watch out, Tony Hawk.
That's what my son said. My son
Watch out, Tony Hawk. Osama Morocco. It's going to be like PS5. Osama Morocco skateboarding. F you, Tony Hawk.
That would be awesome.
He does the skateboarding. He likes cats, skateboarding, silence, sadness, melancholy, being alone, not working because it blocks creativity. He's a bard, a poet, a painter, a pawn, a pope, and a king. He was up and down and over and round. Each time I try to get myself out of this place, I just pick myself up and get out of the race of life. That's him. This is Osama. He's living his best life.
He is with his dad, on their little farm with, 3 cows, 13 chickens, and a donkey. It's a life.
And Puss in Boots.
I mean, there were at least 4 cats. I'm not sure how many.
And good for him.
Good for him.
Just living the creative life.
Yeah.
You know?
I like him. Also, okay, this might be an unpopular opinion because I definitely did write the poem down. I have the whole poem here that he wrote to Debbie.
Wow, you
But I
actually
thought
transcribed that whole poem. All right, read it for us.
it was hot. I think it was hot. It was a good poem. You are a revelation, a full moon, a tree, a rose. The sun gets jealous when you walk beside me. Only your arms can make me warm after a season of loneliness. Only, what does that say? Oh, only your face can shine and give me the vitamins of love. It's you who makes the view move. It's you, the woman I love. That was some hot shit right there. I'm telling you, that is the best poem we've ever had on 90 Day Fiancé, by far.
I tried.
I'm not gonna get mad if somebody tells me I'm a full moon and a tree and a rose, and that my face shines and just nourishes them with the vitamins of love.
Cody brought that poem to me. I'd be like, get in the middle, like, get the hell out of here with this shit. Like, smack it out of his hand.
It was good shit.
Oh, Maria, you are the eyes, the ears of society. I love you so much, Maria. When I'm with you, I just know I'm my truer being. Oh, Maria, like you completely.
If you really felt that way, I would appreciate it. Come on. He longs for her warmth after a season of loneliness. That's some hot shit. That's good stuff. Yeah, baby. I
like
understand.
a Danielle Steele novel.
There's something he said that was concerning. I'm waiting to see if you guys pick up on it.
I don't know. I'm lost on Maria's Danielle Steele novel right now.
I don't like it, man. I don't know. I like it. So, he starts to talk about his art, right? And all of his art is sadness and misery. And he knows that there's madness inside of him.
That's it, right there. I'm out. Bye.
You're out. Yeah, but Debbie, like, she's a little mad too, right? Like, I suddenly understood the relationship a lot better as soon as I met him. I was like, oh, yeah, they kind of are kindred spirits, right? Yeah, he's too young.
I'm not going anywhere near you. You guys can have this conversation. That's fine. I want no part of whatever this is over here. I don't want none of that.
Well, I mean, it's not that much more, really. He says, yes, she's older, but
Okay, Elizabeth, aren't all artists troubled? Like, come on. That's like part of like the shtick when you're like an artist. Like,
it's the shtick.
Yes.
It really is.
Doesn't have to be the shtick, but it is the shtick. He's like, we're just two souls. Yes, she's much, much older than me. I wasn't looking for a girlfriend. I was quite happy to be alone, with my cats and chickens and whatnot. But
her antiques.
Perfect. Her antiques would be perfect with his cats. What could go wrong? Let's see. Oh, they did fight on social media sometimes. They would get into little fights on Facebook, but then they would, leave each other alone for a few days.
Thank God, like Debbie's like a real like revolutionary. Like, look at her, like 68, being on like Facebook, like, oh hi. No.
I just want to know if she has an Instagram. That's all I want to know. Please have an Instagram. I want to follow her.
This is Debbie. Oh, look, I'm on like the internet. What is this, Prodigy? How do I connect? Like, he's like using like a 48.8 like connection modem. Like Debbie connects to the internet. It's like like that. Like, remember that?
Listen, I know what it's like with my mother, and she just will call and be like, I don't know how to open this anymore. Something happened and it all disappeared. What do I do? I'm like, come over. It's like, I don't understand why you're struggling with this, Mom. You literally worked with computers for a large portion of your life. Suddenly you retire and you forget how a computer works. I don't know how to open my email.
On MySpace.
Did she have to pedal the computer?
Debbie's, she's learning. She's on MySpace. She's on like Prodigy. I think she has like she used her browser's Netscape.
For sure, it's 100% Netscape.
Barbie's ICQ. Remember that one?
ICQ. I'm sure she's got like a Nextel phone, like with the communicator, like the walkie-talkie. Like she is like totally like on top of like technology.
I bet she is actually. I bet she does an okay job. For her age, she does okay. Maybe. I hope. Yes, she does well enough to fight with him on Facebook. She's not doing it on Instagram. She's fighting on Facebook because.
Oh my God, classmates.com. I'm still on classmates.com somewhere. Yeah, like Friendster, another one that's not around anymore. Like, poor thing is probably like, trading friends on MySpace. Like, why is nobody buying my friend? Remember that game on MySpace? You could like sell your friends. No.
Why would you sell your friends?
You could like they were like on MySpace. There was a thing like where you could like sell your friends, and like if nobody wanted them, like you could put them on sale. It was really bad. Like we were just,
on MySpace.
On MySpace. Yeah, like 2008. I want to say I deleted my MySpace in 2010. I think, when everybody else did. I wish it was still there.
I feel like mine's probably still there.
Mine is.
Like they still like the top friends and shit like that.
I don't know what the name of it is, but
I think it's coming back though. I feel like some nostalgia thing has brought MySpace back. And
I kind of like this. Like, I like knowing your status. Like when you checked a friends page, like where you were. And like when you dropped. If I went like 3 to like 8, I'm like, oh fuck, what the fuck did I do? Like. That was good. Like you knew where you stood, but everybody you cared about, like, and then like when you got dropped or like rose, I'm like, but all right, whatever. And then they added from like the top 8 to like to the top 32. So like 32 people could be mad at you all at once. It's like, why did I? Oh God, that's a different live for another day. We could talk a whole big thing about MySpace.
Yeah, we should get on the Wayback Machine and see if you can find your old page.
Oh, I deleted it. It's gone.
No, that's what you use the Wayback Machine for. You go back to a certain period in time, and then all that stuff is cached, and you can go
Is
look
that
at
a
it.
thing?
Yes, it's called
Wait,
the Wayback
what?
Machine. The Wayback Machine.
I've never heard of this. What wizardry?
www.thewaybackmachine.
Oh,
And I can
I'm
see my
scared.
MySpace page from like
Yeah.
2008.
Yeah, you potentially might be able to find your lost Periscope videos too, potentially, if you know what you're looking for.
That's
Maybe.
scary. No.
I'm both happy and like super scared. So like, wait,
I get rid of things for a reason.
wait. Can you text that to me right now? The Wayback Machine.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take just the words, the Wayback Machine.
No, I'm looking. Wait, I have to look at this right now. Hold on. Google.
Okay, you look at it right now. Oop, I'm just dropping stuff over here.
Wayback Machine.
But boy did son when where are we at?
Oh, well, really, the only thing left of the Debbie and Osama's. Well, no, wait, there is more left now that I think about it. I have to turn my page. But the end of the Osama portion, he said, Debbie doesn't know this yet, but I'm not ready to marry her. Boom, boom, boom. Okay.
Wait, I'm still back on the Wayback Machine.
Did you
Is it
find
the waybackmachine.com?
Probably. I don't know. Just Google the Wayback Machine. Did you just put it in Google?
Well, I did, but like weird things came up. Back. All right, we'll look at that later.
Okay.
I really want to see my old MySpace. Oh my god.
That would be a fun after show, just trying to find your old MySpace.
Right?
Yeah.
And yikes. My old MySpace was crazy, much like everything else I do. So, all right, so we're good with Debbie and Osama.
The only thing,
the son.
Yeah.
Very upset.
The son's taking her to the airport.
And then the daughter called. What's her name? Sandy.
Yeah.
And she's also not happy. Both kids aren't happy, which they shouldn't be.
Yeah, we don't think you're making a good decision.
But they're getting her house with all her stuff. They get to live there while she's gone.
If they want to, yeah.
Right. Like, I'd rather have my mom alive and like not, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
What
sure
did he
they
say?
they're all grown, right? I'm sure they probably have like their own places.
Yeah. Well, Julian said that his mom is the crazy glue that holds his family together and that she's kind of his best friend. And so when things are not going well, he does go to his mom's house. So it's kind of lovely because he seems like such a gruff guy, but he loves his mama. So
Yes.
Yeah.
And there ain't nothing wrong with loving your mama.
Nothing wrong.
I have no issue with him at all. He has every right to be scared to death about what's going on with
He's
the
so
situation.
scared. That was the words he said. Scared. He said, "I'm scared. You're going to get hurt. I'm scared. Something bad's going to happen to you." Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Danielle and Johan and get that over with. Ugh.
That one gave me feelings too, but a different kind of feeling.
Yeah, that gave me just icky feelings.
What are we doing? I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Maria. Danielle and Johan.
Okay, so she's only got a few days left in the Dominican before she has to, to go back. There's sheets, huh?
Poor thing.
Yeah, but she still needs to find an apartment. But in the meantime, her friend Sophie is visiting, and they've been friends for 5 years. They met her because Sophie took one of her yoga classes, and she's the one that they showed earlier when Danielle was still in New York, who said, is this just a sanky panky relationship? So basically just, what do we want to call it? Tourism
Hotel
type.
guy.
Yeah. Hotel guy. Yeah. Hooking up with a hotel guy kind of a situation. Or is Johan the guy that she has always wanted to manifest? Is he the guy? But Johan is there with the meeting as well. And the issue of children come up, of kids. And Johan does want kids. And they have been trying. They've also apparently seen a fertility doctor. And the fertility doctors only gave Danielle like a 5% chance of getting pregnant, which I was a little surprised about. She's 42, but I don't know. 5% still seems very low for somebody who's had children before. But I don't know what her health is, so I don't know.
Wait, Danielle has kids?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. How many?
I know she has a daughter. It might just be the one. I'm not positive if there's more, but I think she's like 20. So
The Daniela is coming in hot here.
this was not a good week for her. She did not come off well in this episode.
Has there been a good week for Danielle?
I mean, I didn't mind her previously. Like, I understood where she was coming from before, but this is the first time where I'm like, you're not being fair at all in this episode. She was not being fair. But let's talk about why she's not being fair. Because during this conversation with her friend Sophie, it comes up. So Danielle's really worried about having a miscarriage. Like, she doesn't know if she can handle having one. That would be very devastating for her. And so that's why she'd rather have, be under the care of a fertility doctor. And, Johan has gotten a woman pregnant before. And Danielle was under the impression that several women, he did say that. Danielle was under the impression.
Been with a lot of women. Sorry.
That is what he said. Yes. Danielle was under the impression that the one that got pregnant lost the baby, when in fact she terminated that pregnancy. And for some reason, Danielle views this as a humongous lie, when it could have just been a misunderstanding or a case of just a different perspective because he's the man. So I feel like she freaked out.
So much so that she actually gets like production to translate, which we've never, ever seen before. Like, we've never seen production translate. Like, look at all those years with Paul and Carini and like everybody using those translator apps, and like production's never stepped in and translated for them before, ever.
And production did not translate what she actually said. She translated very tiny bit of what was said, but not all of it. She wanted her to translate everything she was saying.
Because she had to say it in English, because if she said it in Spanish, her point wouldn't get through.
Right. She wanted everything she said to be translated, and it did not get translated. I will just put that out.
Word for word, like Whoopi Goldberg and Ghost. I gotta tell you what he's saying, word for word. His name is Sam Wheat. He's a Puerto Rican. He lives in
I'm all like, that's not what she said. That's not what she said. Ella no dijo.
Yeah. So first of all, that whole conversation was obnoxious because she's saying it in English. You've got a translator. I don't even know if that really was a translator. If that was just somebody that said, okay, this is kind of what she said. It's like, there was nothing fair about that. And she kept calling him a liar. And he's like, he was like, well, I told you, what are you talking about? I told you this. No, you didn't. It's a huge difference. Why is it a huge difference to her? Why is this a deal-breaking difference that this woman didn't have a miscarriage, but instead terminated? How is that different for her?
Because I'm thinking that she feels like the heat for having to give him a kid. And I think that she thinks, well, you had the chance and she terminated it. Like, she didn't lose it. That was on her. So I don't know. This is how I see it in my head, thinking as her. Like, well, you had your chance. Like, it wasn't a miscarry. Like, it was an abortion. So, like, now it's on me to give you a kid when you could have had one before. That's how I see it. Like, in my head, thinking as Danielle with that part.
And also, she did say that she has no issue with she believes in a woman's right to choose and all that. That wasn't the issue. The issue was he said this to her, but this to Sophie. Completely two different things. That's not what she said. So she was stuck on the fact that he said two different things. He told Sophie what happened, but he didn't tell her that. He told her something else.
But even the way he told Sophie, he said it in such a nonchalant way. It wasn't a secret that he was revealing. I think he legitimately believes that he told Danielle this and wasn't lost in translation.
He used two different words with both of them. He didn't use the same words with them. He used something different with Sophie and something different with Danielle. Two different things. Lost, and then he said they talked that through and it came out as terminated. So terminal, the whole. Sorry, I understand.
But for him, there might not have been any difference. You know what I mean? Like, they're different words for sure. But for him as the man, it wasn't a different experience for him, a miscarriage, and if she terminated, especially if he had no say in it. Because that we don't know. We don't know if this was her decision completely or if he pressured into it, And if he had no say in the matter, then the loss was probably the same for him. You know,
And he says he was with lots of women, and then did he tell her
I've
that?
been with a lot of women.
And did he tell her that before? You know, like what part did she know? What did she know?
Listen, I'm a Sankey Panky. I've been with a lot of women. Like, you know, Lord knows how many people he like gave like the, you know, the bonus to at the resorts. Like, you know, I don't know. I mean, look at Kalani and Asuelu. Right?
Oh,
Kalani.
definitely Sankey Panky for sure.
There you go.
Really?
How about Ashley and Jay?
Sankey Panky. Well, I don't know. Did he work at the hotel?
No, she met him at a resort in Jamaica.
Okay.
Sure did.
And then what's his name? Stephanie and whatever the heck his name was.
Williams? No.
No, not Williams.
Might as well be. Harris, Harris.
The other one, not Harris, the other one.
It was. I remember Raris.
His boyfriend.
Her name.
She had two boyfriends there. They were cousins. The other one.
Yeah. No, it was the R name and like Harris. And I called him Raris because I cannot remember. But Ryan.
Yes.
I called him Raris. Thank you. Susie B with the win right there. Yeah. So, you know, I mean.
That's one thing I never picked up on any of these things is I never knew what that was. Like you're dating somebody from a hotel. I never picked up on any of it. I didn't know what Asuelu was. I didn't understand that. But then after now understanding what is it, Sankey Panky? Is that what they call it? Something
Sankey
like that?
Sankey Panky.
So
not
now
confused with the Sanka that you get in the starter kit. Go ahead.
Indeed.
But now, okay, so now sorry. Now Robbie. Now it makes sense, and I'm getting it. Like there's this whole thing. It's a theme throughout 90s.
Sex tourism is what it is.
I'm just so happy. Like I'm poor, and I can't afford to go to like Hawaii or Jamaica or like some Samoa and find a man a Sankey Panky because Lord knows what trouble I get into. Thank God I'm poor and married, I should say, because I don't have to worry about it both ways. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we also find out that Danielle, in her previous relationship, she's had people lie to her, right? She's had one of her boyfriends had a whole other family that she didn't know about. And so now, you know, she's got zero tolerance for not just a lie, apparently, but even just a miscommunication or anything, you know, a different perspective, zero tolerance. And once your trust is broken, it's broken forever. Done. And she's like, you know, this is not the kind of relationship I want, she says to him.
And you're toxic.
She did. She called him, she said, you're a toxic human. And then like, he's like, this is with the translator, right? So he's like, I don't even know what you're saying. Like, you're coming at me all hard. And she's like, I don't even know what you're saying. And then he's like, I told you everything about this girl. And now you're saying I didn't tell you anything. And I did tell you. And then you're just like throwing stuff in my face, right? My past, you can throw in my face. But what did he say? What did he say?
He said you're gross and leave, pretty much.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I have to accept. Yeah, I have to accept your past, right? I have to accept that you have a past and move on. But you don't have to do that with me, right? You can just keep bringing stuff up and throwing it in my face over and over again.
And why did you marry me? He goes. And she goes, well, you're not the person I thought you married, which we'll get to in a second with Jeymi and Chris. You know, you met at a resort, you married him just like Kalani did and Ashley and whoever the fuck else from the show that I can't think of right away, you know, and look at it now. And now she kept saying, I want to change him. But
right? I want you to be a different person, is what I think what she said. I want you to be a different person.
You don't even know him.
Then marry a different person. You don't turn people into somebody else.
And let's not forget, they got together and he was under the guise that, you know, they were going to be on regular 90 Day where he's going to the States to live there. And then fucking Danielle calls an audible and says, by the way, now that we're married, I'm staying here. And do you think he would have married her if they're going to stay in the DR?
Probably not. Probably not.
No,
But
it's almost definitely not. In the chat, does anyone, Addie, do a poll. Does anyone think that Johan would have married Danielle if he knew they were staying in the DR?
he certainly wouldn't have rushed it. It would have been a long think at a
There would
minimum.
have been, he would not even like entertained it. No, sorry. And like we saw like the clips of his family saying like, yeah, we want him to go to the States. We want him to do this. Like, it's every Dominican's dream to go to the States and blah, blah,
Absolutely.
blah. So do you think if he met, Danielle at the resort and then she was like, oh my God, I love you. I love your culture. I'm going to stay here and marry you. You think he'd been like, no, he'd be like, thank you for like the fur coats that you gave me and the money, but like, I'm good. Come on. He wouldn't have married her. There's no way. I would bet my life on it.
Yeah. Oh, they were on that season, Craft with Amputees. They were on the Paradise show. What was it?
Oh yeah, Love in Paradise. I've never watched it. MTT. What? So did you see that, Maria?
No.
Me neither. I can't. And
I usually actually like those kinds of shows because they don't feel like real relationships. They feel like competitions, but which I don't know.
it's like Bachelor in Paradise. It's like it's kind of like the same thing. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch it, MTT. I'll take your word for it. They're not going to watch it.
So there was a few more things she said during this argument, though, where she was like, I don't like when you get like this. It's like you're a child. So right. So now she's diminishing him and making him like a child, right? To argue with. It's like arguing with a child, which was not fair because I didn't think he was arguing in an unfair manner. He was just saying his point of view. She was the one that was being unfair in her arguments because, then she says, when I talk, you shut your mouth. And I was like,
am I watching Step Brothers? You shut your mouth when you were talking to me. No.
Yeah. I like talking, when you get like this, like talking to a child. And then, she called him a toxic human. Like she went to name calling. So who is the one that's behaving in an immature fashion? Was it Johan or was it Danielle? For me, it was Danielle. I did not appreciate it.
I think we could all agree it was Danielle. How are those polls coming, Addie? Because I can never see like the results of like what's.
So we have 33 votes. Where'd it go? Wait, hold on. I'm not in the right one. Let's go here. Let's see. So we got 36 votes and 11% for yes and 89% for no.
There it is. So what else we got with them?
That was most of it, other than they also went into a botanica to get some witchcrafty herbs.
Maria.
He asked her if, or asked the girl there, are you a witch? And he says, no. And he says, then why do you work here?
That was a scene. And like, she like spent like 235 American dollars there, which I'm like, wow, you spent that much on like
nonsense,
like magic beans, like you're complaining about like the butcher shop, like with like the flies. I'm sure $250 American could have maybe got you an air conditioner to put in the fucking butcher shop, so at least it's like a little cooler in there for the goddamn meat. I don't know.
That was the second time that was the first. Was it first? Because that came before the argument, right? The brujeria.
Yes. Yeah, they did that first.
Came first before. So that was the first time she called him a child. She called him a second child the second time, the other one.
Right. Because he was pulling stuff off the shelf and making fun of it, which a lot of people would do that, because they have funny names, right? You're like, oh, this is fart juice.
This one gives that person a gas. Yes, I got it.
She's like a lot.
My only thing about her is that she did say that she had issues in former relationships.
Who hasn't?
So you bring that forward. I understand, but I'm saying to give her a little bit. And I did kind of, I didn't like the way he was responding as he's very young. He's a lot young, more immature than she is. But I also didn't like the fact that she name called. So I think it was kind of like a give and take back and forth. She was not being very adult, and he wasn't being very adult.
I thought he was fine. He just answered her straight, right? He didn't get worked up. You know, he says to her, well, if you don't think, then fine, go away. Basically, he brushed her.
Well, yeah, because she tricked him into marriage. You know, and she moved there. Like, listen, I'm
trying to be there this much. I'm trying to be there this much.
Okay. I'll give you slack then.
I can't get it any smaller than that.
Yeah, I mean, she comes in saying, you know, this is not the kind of relationship that I want. Like, what do you want him to say? You know, yeah.
That's not what he wanted. He should have said, bitch, well, you told me you were taking me to the States. We're getting married. I was going to live a good life. I was going to live the American dream. And now I have to stay here in my fucking hot as hell butcher shop with the flies, and you go into the brujeria and everything else. Like, come on.
That's funny.
Like,
also, just for, you know, Johan also is unwilling to hang up any pictures of saints in his butcher shop. It's the same as witchcraft to him. It's the same. So
okay, well, like, I kind of agree with him. Like, you know, you could have a picture of a saint, like, you know, the Blessed Mother or like Saint Anthony or whatever. But like the pictures they had in the brujeria, it was like just like cartoon. It was like it was like little angel, like with like, you know, it didn't look like saintly to me. Like, right? Like, no, come on.
Well, he said he was Christian. He didn't say he was Catholic. So you wouldn't normally have saints unless you're Catholic.
Catholics are the only ones that really
exactly. So for him, he's like, no.
Right. He probably is the other part of the Christian that don't do idols.
Exactly.
Oh no,
probably him.
You know, saints, I think most Dominicans are Catholic, I would think.
He said he was Christian.
He said he was Christian, not Catholic. He called that out. Like, it's different than that. Oh. And he most likely doesn't do, I don't mean to call them that. I have no issue with statues of any kind. I don't care. I like them. I would have them. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. But I have a feeling that in his mind he's thinking, oh, that's an idol. I can't have that in my house. So
what's his name like that?
He's Protestant.
Who's the other one? The Dominican who didn't like all the
Luis.
He didn't like all the weird Buddha statues that Molly had. So it's the same
astrology.
thing.
Yeah, Luis did not care for that in Molly's house.
She was like, they're just decorations. They're just decorations.
It's only what you make it, in my opinion. Yeah. I have that cat that waves like this.
Do you worship it?
Isn't that like, like the lucky cat? Isn't that a Chinese?
Yes, my husband printed it up on a 3D printer.
That's cool.
I like the lucky cat. All right, so are we good with them?
Yes.
Okay. Oh God.
She needs to do better next week because she was a hot mess.
1, 2. Got 3 couples left still.
We're doing great.
Okay. All right. Let's do Gabriel and Gabe and Isabel, who look way too happy to be on the show from their intros. Like the normal 90-Day Fiancé intro when they show like a couple. They have like, you know, the classic like just like, you know. They're like,
oh, I'm sorry.
You know, that's like the Cody.
Yeah, you can do it. Here. I can get over there.
For an example. Make sure you have clothes on. You have to be on camera.
Don't make fun of me.
Okay. We won't, baby.
No. This is a perfect thing for Cody and you to do.
Yeah, this is perfect. All right, so come here.
What?
So Cody knows. So when you usually have like the 90-Day Fiancé intro, like no, this way here, back to me. Okay. So it'll be like, you know, that kind of slouch down a little bit. To your faces. So, no, not bloating. No, stop.
Just gotta tip the camera so I can see better.
Wait.
There you go.
No, it's not Charlie's Angels either. No, they're like just like mad. They're like,
You're like, I hate this person I married.
You're
Ugh,
like,
ugh, you're ruining my life.
okay, go away. And like they're like all like in the intro, I'm like, oh my god, this will never last. They're way too happy they're way too happy for this show. TLC don't like happy.
We find out a lot about him.
So, that's why Lauren and Alex aren't on anymore. Or David and Annie. I mean, they have their own spinoff, so good for them. But
Right.
TLC wants messy as fuck.
Yes. Functional relationships are boring to watch on TV. Yeah.
So basically the gist of their arc on this episode was, he has the company, with the underwear company, and, he's not making any money in Colombia.
Yep. They're in Colombia.
Okay, thank God. And he has to get it started again. And we learned that Isabel was working for a lawyer's office, and she got so invested in Gabriel's company as an assistant and trying to help him that she resigned from her company, her full-time paycheck to help Gabriel. Now Gabe is there, and he's freaking out because I guess the money's diminishing, and he's not, he has like a backlog of orders that are a month out. And him and Isabel are going to hit the, I guess, markets and try to get the materials needed for him to kind of restart everything.
Exactly right. Yep. And Gabe is very much freaking out. He's not handling any of it well, and you've got Isabel just trying to keep him calm. But at the very same time, he speaks some Spanish, but not enough to do what he needs to do here. So Isabel's doing it all, and he feels like an assistant. Like she was even making the decisions really about color. She's like, give me this, give me this, give me this, Well,
I think she would also know, as someone, like, she's not new to the company either. She quit her job to help him before he came here. So I would have faith in her. And Gabe saying, I feel like I'm an assistant in my own company. Well, you move to a country where you don't speak the language, you don't have your materials, you don't have the goods. So you should be grateful that Isabel is
he is
black.
He said he couldn't do it without her. So
yeah, but I wouldn't have said that at all. I would have omitted that whole thing, saying like, I feel like I'm an assistant. I wouldn't have said that, but I don't know.
Production wants you to say something, right? Give us some tension.
I would have said maybe I just can't believe that I'm in this position. Not saying I'm an assistant in my own company. I don't know. Whatever, it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, usually in a company,
he's emasculated by her doing this.
The administrator takes over anyway. Does all
the
little stuff. He should have just thought about her in that tone instead of she's taking my company from me, which is what I felt.
Yeah, I mean, he was stressed, and you are absolutely right. Ultimately, she said this would be much easier and calmer if I just did this without him and just left him at home, right? Give her a list of what you need, let her go do it, right?
I'm like, do I have to come? Oh yeah, go do it. I'll stay home.
I want grays and greens. Give me some grays and greens. I need some elastic, yeah.
And some foam.
Some foam. See if you can source some foam. And then, of course, he freaked out because he forgot his branding stamp. And getting that shipped from Miami is going to be an ordeal. And she's like, well, can't we just get some new one made? And,
it's going to be over a month from Miami to Colombia. I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, I've done eBay. I've sold stuff, that's gone to other countries. It's never taken me a month to ship something somewhere. But I don't know, maybe whatever. Don't want to say it's not possible. But I was like, a month.
But then he also sent me $300 too, to get it shipped.
But then they had that conversation well, let's get the stamps done here. And he's like, well, $300. And well, it kind of closes where Isabel's saying, well, we'll just get them redone here then, because that would make more sense. But how do you not bring that with you at the same time?
He messed up.
Everybody's in a rush. Everybody's in a rush to get to South America and just be with these strangers and whatever. But I will say they look like the happiest, and I have the most faith in them.
Yes, it still doesn't change anything about my feeling towards them. I think that they're going to handle it. We'll see how it goes when he has to tell her parents, but I absolutely think that they are going to be one of the ones that I feel comfortable about, and that I feel good about them for, moving on and things working out and stuff.
Yeah.
I just
guess
love the way she is with him.
I do too.
I do too. Yeah. She did a good job of trying to keep him calm and understanding, why he was reacting the way he was reacting. But I also say they're not technically engaged yet because he wants to ask the dads for permission first. So yeah, there is a real possibility that he's not staying, but I think he's planning to stay at this point. I think. I hope.
Yeah, I do too. Yep.
All right, that was a quickie. All right, so then we have. All right,
My thing on that was we're learning that he's a very nervous person.
He is. Well, he said he was controlling. I like to be in control, and I understand that feeling as well. I also like to be in control.
No worse feeling than being out.
Yes. Everybody do what I say.
Wait, what part is he making? The undies or the inserts? Why change distribution? Yeah, like I didn't understand it either. Thank you, Wicked. Oh wait, I'll use some slide whistle for that one. Hold on. Some sex slide whistle.
He creates all of it. He doesn't make the underwear. I thought he sourced the underwear out and then made the foam.
Yeah, I think he sources.
Yeah,
it seemed like he sourced. That's how he ended up in Colombia to begin with. Is he was trying to find new not distributors necessarily, maybe not distributors.
Source.
I don't know. New material source. So probably somebody to make the underwear the way that he wanted them in Colombia. That's what he was doing there. But maybe they also have to go, maybe this is part of what Isabel does is she goes and chooses the fabrics and brings them to the person that sews them all. I don't know that he's sewing them. I think he just makes the little foam inserts and stamps his logo on things and sends them off.
On the phone, baby.
Packers. Oh, I don't remember what it was. Something with the word pack in it.
Package?
Yes, he makes the packages.
So we're good with them, right?
Yep.
Yes.
There wasn't much there.
No, it was a quick one.
All right, so Nicole done, Debbie done. Okay, we're down to like the last. Are Jeymi and Chris? Is that it?
Jen and Rishi too.
Oh! How could I forget Jen and Rishi?
How could you?
Let's talk about Jen and Rishi now.
Okay. They were pretty funny.
How could I forget about my girl Jen? And I like Jen a whole lot. I don't know. There's something about Jen. She gives me like just like a fun, like quirky Martha Stewart-y like type of like weirdness. I don't know what it is about Jen, but I just like her quirkiness just a whole lot. So let's talk about Jen.
I liked her this episode a lot because you could see that she was up to shenanigans, but she was getting what she needed. She was getting the information she needed.
Right, that's not stupid. I'm asking the questions I have to ask. Okay. I love Jen. I can't believe how many followers is she up to now? I tried to promote her. What is she up to? Jen 90 days. Okay, well she gained 300. She's up to 18. Good. It was exactly 300. I said 1553. Look.
Nice.
There we
hopefully
go.
she gets some more.
Well, Wendy. Oh, Wendy, thank you so much. Jen is one of my favorite. Oh wait, where did this come from? So yes, for you, for Wendy H. Hold on, I'm gonna see where I got my shit. Here, all my toys. So for you, Wendy H, I'm gonna give you 2 honks. I'm gonna give you a shake, a grimace, and Hail Rishi. That's for you, Wendy. Okay.
Gorgeous.
So my girl Jen, 3 days in India. The last go at it wasn't great. They were at the dress shop. Jen's like, I'm not, listen, this ain't my cup of tea. Okay, I'd rather go to Chico's. Sorry. Or Antel or Loft and find something like a little bit more me, a little more sensible than all this busy pattern stuff. So and then they have the fight, right, where she walks out because she's not happy. So Rishi comes over the next morning and brings her like a blue ensemble, which is not so busy, right? And she loved it. She was happy for it.
I thought it looked great on her.
It did,
Yeah.
yeah.
She wore the fuck out of it, and
Just right around the bling and everything.
Wore the fuck out of it.
And so then like Shahid, right, is his friend.
Yes, Sanjeet.
Sanjeet comes over, as the buffer. So, Rishi is going to bring Jen and Rashid over. Jen's going to be like the friend that's from America. Oh, like she just
they were on to that.
Okay. And Sanjeet is there as like the buffer, and Sanjeet's like, yo, this is a bad idea. They're going to see right through this shit.
Yeah. I love that she just asked. Go ahead.
I think they saw through it. Wait till we get there.
Oh, I do too. Yeah. And I liked how Jen, before they get there though, she asked Sanjeet, like, does this scenario make sense to you? Is this a good plan? He's like, no, this plan's gonna make it worse. This is a terrible idea, but that's what we're gonna do. So.
Thank you so much, Sanjeet, for like telling me what I already knew. But I'm gonna do this anyways because according to Sanjeet, Rishi's got like 3-4 people after him right now on the day, so I have to get there quick.
Yeah. Rishi's like, no, they've only been trying to set me up for like a month. Okay.
Or Jen's like, I thought we were gonna be honest with each other, Rishi. And complete honesty. And now I know. Now I find out that they're trying to set you up as we speak.
Exactly.
So it gets worse than that. She finds out more.
She sure does. But Rishi, he's doing his best to just play it like chill. He's like, listen, yeah, they're looking for a bride for me, but that's just what parents do when you get to a certain age. They're just doing their job. Don't worry about it. It's okay. That's like, Rishi, I feel like everybody's a grown-up and they can handle it. I don't think that, at least so far, Rishi's family does not look like Sumit's family, where they're going to just be raging if you don't do it.
They're a lot nicer. Also, Jenny's got like a Jen. Wait, are they both named Jen? Oh, that's
yes.
That's wrong. That is just awful. She should have went by her middle name or made one up. So, Jen, Jenny has got 20 years on Jen though, too. Like Jen. Oh, listen, I'm gonna roll the dice. I could still have a baby, maybe. Let's see what happens. There's a possibility with Jenny, that ship sailed. And that's, it's pretty much, I don't, what Jen is what, 42, right?
Jen's 46. So.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, still not impossible.
Not impossible.
But.
The ovulation window is shrinking.
And it's like a village.
According to me, who's 47. Window is shrinking.
You're down to like what? Like your last like 5 eggs at that point, as we've learned.
I mean, I don't know. I got a few eggs probably. It's just, the dates, I don't know. How do I want to say this? How do I want to say this? A proper cycle should be around 28 days. And I'm just telling you, the older I get, it just gets shorter and shorter. So there's no time to ovulate. In my opinion, that's what's happening to me. So like, moving on.
Same.
that window closed. For some of us old people.
Okay, so they make it to the mom's house, right? And like they're all welcoming the sisters there. Jen had met them at the wedding, his sister wedding like 2 years ago, blah blah blah, for a moment. and the sister's like catching on quick. The sister's like, and yeah, I remember you for like a hot second, like 2 years ago. And like she talks to Rishi like in Indian, and she's like, why is she here? She's like picking up.
Yeah. Oh, I just moved here. I love Jaipur. It was like, who loves Jaipur?
But Rishi said like she was just visiting. Right. So then she's like, oh, I just moved here. I love Jaipur. It's like great.
Yeah.
And listen, compared to Oklahoma, Jaipur probably offers a lot more activity, I would think.
Maybe. I don't know. She looked like she was having fun in Oklahoma.
I don't know. I've never been to Oklahoma. Nebraska, that's like the most middleist of the road I've gone.
Oh.
Not,
Go to Oklahoma. It's lovely. I
What
think it's
would
lovely.
you do there, Maria? Where should I go?
Sit on a porch. Sit on a porch. Drink some lemonade.
Like chew some hay.
I mean, if you're a cow, sure. Maybe have a hamburger or a steak.
And Jen is really asking the questions to the mom. She's like, so I see both of your sons here unmarried. Are you going to marry them both at the same time? When? I want to be invited to all the weddings. When? She's like,
antics.
When's that going to happen? I want to know. Like, and like, is there someone coming over now? And can I rate them with next to you? Like, it's.
And they're all just like, what are these questions?
They're all answering.
And the mother was like, she was like sitting up, excited to be answering these questions.
It's the worst espionage ever.
So
guy comes in, Jen, and they're like, yeah. What do you need to know, girl? I got you. Yeah. Suzanne's coming over at 5. We got Rita coming over at 6. Joanna's coming over at 7. Hopefully by then, one of them they'll be married then. And Jen's like, oh, sure. Oh, so Rosanna at 6. Okay, so can I be there to make sure that I ask the proper questions?
I loved it. I mean, let's be real. There is an entire film crew in the middle of their living room. They know something is up. I don't know what they think is up. Like,
right?
But they have to know, like, this lady's here again. What's going on? And then she's like, so how long have you been looking for, a marriage for Rishi? Oh, like a year and a half, Oh, really?
News to me. Thank God I'm some unknown American here out of nowhere. Like, who wants Big Macs? Like,
Oops.
Sorry, can't eat Big Macs in India. Although they do have McDonald's there, you just can't eat meat. Cow sacred. Who wants big chickens? There you go.
Chickens.
I've got some snack wraps here.
But I got the sense that the mom liked who she was talking to. She was very into it. It wasn't like she was like going, like.
No, I mean there were some sideways glances just at the situation, but yeah, like the conversation.
I felt like this could be something. They might be okay with this one. They might not have to go find anybody because they found what they've been trying for 2 years and haven't found diddly who would take him. And they find
there have been proposals, but not matches. So.
Yeah. I kind of want to see the ones that have not made it. I kind of want to see what they've been bringing.
Well, they weren't tall enough. They were too short.
And that is the thing.
Right. And like Jen's like, oh, wait 1 second here. You're looking for a tall gal. Is that what I'm hearing?
Is it?
Like, so
I didn't know you could make choices like that. Interesting selection method.
So one of your like priorities is that like you require a tall woman. Well, listen. Oh, I'm 5'11" right here, and look at me next to Rishi. Cody, come out for the we'll stand back to back, just so you guys can see how tall I am. Anything's running. Oh, I love him.
We love you, Cody.
But yeah, that was fun. I like Jen. I think she's a character. I think she's really wild. She's a character, and I think we should all like keep a close eye on Jen.
Yes.
You know, she's gonna be like the secret, like.
Do I have to put a wig on and come running?
No, you're good.
Oh, darn it.
He was ready.
Oh yeah, that was a good point because you know Jen was asking, well, would you mind if like he was Muslim or Jewish or Christian or whatever? And the mom's like, no, as long as like you know we know that you're like you know a good woman, a good girl, like you know humble. We don't care what religion you are. And Jen's like, so I can be tall and be any religion I want. Well. Shit. And then she's like, you know, I was about to tell his parents right then and there that I was his fiance because I thought I checked all the boxes. I don't know.
Yeah, but then she's like,
it was a
no.
pretty good episode. I won't lie.
Yeah, it was good.
It was a good
But then,
episode.
yeah, she wasn't going to. She's like, I could blow this all up right now, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to do his job for him. I'm not going to. I want a man that moves mountains. I'm not moving the mountain. So, yeah,
I thought
don't
that
do
was
it.
pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, make him do it. Make him tell the truth. Get it done. Stand up for me. I'm with her.
I'm with Jen. Listen, I think she's she's like I think she's like my favorite this season. She's like the wild card. I always go for like the wild. Like I don't know what Jen's gonna bring. I look for that. Like you know, you can tell with Danielle what it's gonna be about, right? Like change, like flies on meat. You know, you could tell what's gonna happen with Nicole, right? Like you know, but
Probably.
like Jen is like.
You don't know.
Jen is a bull in a china shop, and I can't wait because you know, she's calm, but then she's not. And I like people like that. I'm like, okay, girl, all right, let's see what you bring next week.
Yeah, and she's
I like
cunning
that.
and smart, and yeah, she just the way she played that was just so good.
And don't take me making like mocking her voice as like me like not liking her. I do that to everybody. In fact, I do it to people who I love the most. So, like I hope that she's here forever because I could talk like this like for decades and eons and whatever. Okay, guys.
I did like that she apologized for the walkout from the episode before. She apologized and said that was a dumb move of her. Well, she didn't say that, but she said something.
Yeah.
It wasn't her best moment. And
Yes.
I'm glad she.
You're on 90 Day Fiancé. None of it's the best moments ever. The second you sign the contract is they say, not your best moment in blood. That's what you signed to.
We're gonna put you under pressure and make these your worst moments, and then we're gonna put those ones on TV. It'll be
It
great.
made me love her even more.
And
So-
those contracts are in perpetuity, like forever. Like I've seen them. Like those are ironclad. Like good luck. You're gonna need Jesus as like your defense attorney to get you out of that contract type shit. That shit is in perpetuity, which means even after you die, like forever. Like you know, your ancestors can't talk about like stuff that's like being said. So
Yes.
well, should we get to the main event?
Yes.
Ooh, wicked wisdom, hibbity bibbity Williams. Oh, thank you so much, wicked wisdom. 2 honks for you and a ding ding. Like I was really hibbity bibbity on that one. I felt like the really Mary Poppins in me like coming out there.
I think it's good. I think you start with Jen and then you roll into the.
sugar for you. Speaking of Mary Poppins, let's get to Chris, the Mary Poppins of Alabama, and now also Columbia, right? Right?
I don't know. Is she Mary Poppins or Rambo? I don't know what she is.
Mary Rambo. Rambo Poppins. Raboppins.
Ooh.
Raboppins? I don't know.
I like that.
So here comes narcolepsy Chris.
Now I understand what she says. Oh my god. It just hit me. It just never mind. I'll say it in a minute. Go ahead. Go.
I'm worried.
Oh shit! We never opened the chat up. Wait, I'll do it. Hold on.
Oh,
We were so involved. Hold on. Go ahead, Maria.
Okay, well, they start off with sitting around the kitchen table with a translation device, which really threw me off because it seemed
was
like they could
weird
talk to
looking.
each other. Yeah, but it seemed like they could talk to each other last week, or not last week, last episode, and suddenly they can't. They're like, this is really hard in person. She's hard to understand. And to me, Chris was really articulating what she was saying when she was talking into the translation device. So I don't think it's her Alabama accent, but maybe, I don't know. I don't know why she was so hard to understand. Maybe it's just easier to read the words than to hear somebody saying them. But yeah, there was struggling between them. So now they've got the translation app out, or not app, device.
It looked like a Kindle. It was like a cool app though. Like I want that app. That thing, that box. I don't know what the fuck it was.
It looked like it did a good job, which is new. Every other season, it translates very poorly, and this one seemed accurate. So that was new. And Chris very gently wants to say, hey, can we go to a weapons store? Which Jeymi's like, what? A weapons store? Yes, I like to be able to protect us while I'm here. You know, Colombia can be a dangerous place, which it can. I looked it up. Currently, for Americans, the State Department says it is at a level 3 threat. Definitely stay away from the border of Venezuela. There's risks of kidnappings and all manner of violence. So there's reason to be concerned. Maybe not specifically in Bogota, but in certain parts of Colombia. Definitely dangerous. Oh, I don't hear you, John. Holy cheese balls.
Better?
Yes.
Thank you, Jay Freak. This is for Jay Freak, and I hope you're feeling better, Jay Freak. So, listen, let's talk about all the things, and I'll do it with slide whistle. Let's talk about all the things
Okay.
that are wrong with Chris that poor Jeymi had no idea about. I held that note for a reason. Okay, so first we have what do we have wrong first? The narcolepsy, which stated, narcolepsy, you could fall asleep whenever, which is like weird, but okay, we'll give her like a for that one.
Okay.
Then she gets there, right? Not only does she have narcolepsy, but let's add night terrors. Let's add that to the list. And let's also add the fact that she could fucking Chuck Norris karate chopper right off the bed at any time while they're sleeping together. Something that at any time. Okay, so there's that. So we have the narcolepsy, we have the the night terrors, we have the karate kicks in the bed. Then we also have, what was next? I had a second.
Well, she has chronic pain from a back.
The neck.
The neck.
So she has chronic pain from the neck, which she got into like a car accident or whatever. Like
or two.
Oh yeah, she got rear-ended, and then like after she got back from the doctor from being rear-ended the first time, a second rear-endization happens to her, where her neck's just all it's just like I don't even know how it stands up on its own. So then Jeymi finds out that, by the way, I've been putting this off for years, but it's going to catch up with me.
20 years.
Like at some point, no big deal. I'm going to have like a mild neck surgery, and I'm going to have the halo around my head. Like, the halo is like that big, like what Regina George wore at the end of like Mean Girls, like that device, right? And I'll only be like out for like a year, but during that time I won't be able to walk or eat or move. So like, again, like listen, we've been talking on the internet for a year. Like, I just met you. You love me. I love you. We're gonna get married. So no big deal. And then, and then, and then, what do we find out today? That listen, she's in an unknown country, and she needs to protect herself and her future wife.
Exactly.
So they go to the weapon store.
I mean, they did though. They found one.
Hey, can you point me in the direction to the nearest weapon store? Sure. Right. Go down Main Street, 2 blocks, hook a right on Main, on Roosevelt, and then right there, weapon store, and lots of knives. And Jeymi was thinking that she was looking for like a Swiss Army knife, like that type of thing, like corkscrew, bottle opener, like that type. No, like Chris wanted like a full Rambo, like First Blood, like bone cutting, like
Yeah, no,
this will like Ginsu, like this will cut through a pipe, a bone, a skull, like whatever.
Yeah.
Please take it. I can't.
And she has to, of course, try it out, right? She's got to see how does it feel good in my hand? Does it feel good to swing it around?
I mean, obviously, it's like you're test driving a car. Like, how does this wield? Like, you're gonna want to test it out. Like, can I get like a human, victim here? So just to see how, I'm just like, God.
Oh, I'm frozen again. Hold on.
No, your picture's frozen. It's not the worst freezation I've ever seen.
It's not great either, though.
No, you look like, listen, it's not, I've been frozen in horrible places. So really, you just look like you're like deep in thought. You're like, yeah.
Yeah. She's got to wield
You
a knife.
have your camera off? Can I? Oh, she's dropped. Okay, I didn't know if I could or not. So could you imagine like sleeping next to her?
No, that's what I was getting ready to say. I was waiting for us to get to this part, but I'm going to
say Maria to come back up. Hold on. Like my thinking is like, she is the one that wants the knife. If I were Jeymi, I'd be the one that would want the knife. Like, bitch, like I don't know what you're capable of. Like I mean, yeah. I and this woman's a stranger. Oop, there we are. No, we were saying like if I were like Jeymi, I would want to be the person that like had the weapon.
Oh, what?
No,
because you're scared of Chris. You mean that she's going to attack you in the middle of the night? I mean,
exactly.
I don't know. Jeymi seems to feel like, Colombia is not dangerous, despite the fact that she was, punched in the face on a bus and her phone was stolen. That just happened once, so everything's fine. She definitely.
5 years ago, she says.
Yeah, 5 years ago. It's fine. It's normal. Relax. So she does. Yeah, this whole situation to her is like it's totally safe. What's the problem? But. I don't know, man. And then Chris is like, I had a knife this size for my 8th birthday. That's a big knife for an 8th birthday.
Yes, we all had Swiss Army knives, but not that. not a limb.
At least be 11 before you get one that size. At least 11. That's too big. It's like a full Bowie knife situation. I mean, it was everything. It was what you need.
And then her wheeling it around, doing all. And then Jeymi says that she's worried that the store owner is going to think she's a psychopath.
Right? I got one right here. This one right here. What do I got? Oh, it's not that big. Wait, can't see it. Similar though. Ah! No, it's too much. I'm not threatening anybody with this. I'm in my own house. It's too much. Yeah,
Yes,
this
I
was
have a
this scene was
multi-tool.
weird. Multi-tool.
I have this. It's a multi-tool.
Oh, you do? You have one of those right here too?
It comes
Dude.
out, and there I got pliers. I can pull teeth out.
There's a gun right here. I got the whole thing. There's an entire store here.
Wow,
There's one right there. I don't want to show it on screen. That seems inappropriate.
I do have the corkscrew. So I'm.
I don't see a corkscrew. There could be a corkscrew in here. I don't know. This is my husband's office. There's all kinds of manner of weirdness in here. Oh, there's pepper spray. Got that here. He likes it on his walks. He's afraid, like the neighborhood dogs are sometimes loose. He's like, psst. So he's got his pepper spray.
So I'm waiting for Jen to come back because I want to say what the last thing she said was. And that I'm like going, oh, that it all made sense why she said what she said. And when with the
I know, where did Jen go? I'm afraid he's gonna come out with a big old knife or in a full outfit.
No, I'm not. I promise.
Oh, okay. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Come back. Because there's not much to the scene for us to discuss.
No,
I mean,
no.
other than, Jeymi does seem overwhelmed by the situation, but it was really the Power Ranger moves in the store for me that you're like, what is happening here? What is happening? Oh, you're back.
I'm back.
Addie had something to say to you. She was waiting for you to get back.
Well, I tied this all together when we got here. I didn't get this during the show, but she said that that it's okay. She says, okay, you can have the knife. We can take it home, but you can't have it in the bedroom. And I went,
She did say that.
oh, she doesn't want it because the night terrors and all the stuff she's committed.
Yeah, I wouldn't want it anywhere in the house.
I thought she meant sex play, that she didn't want to have any sex play.
No.
Yeah.
It's like in her night terrors and like karate kick moves, she can armor in the bedroom. Don't do that.
Oh no.
No, listen, like she's already gonna like karate chop her off the bed with the screaming, and the night terrors and like the neck and everything. Like, yeah, no, I wouldn't want that knife. At least she got a knife and not a gun. Like, because
Right?
I'd be scared shitless if she went out and got a piece.
You can have it in the home, but not in the bedroom. I was sitting there when it hit me. I'm like, oh, that's what she was talking about. She don't want to get karate chopped with a knife. So there you go.
And she needs to feel secure and safe. And like, poor Jeymi. And like, this is why you don't move in and marry with somebody that you just met off the internet. Like, I don't care how long you've been talking. How long were they talking prior to? Like, what, a year or 2 years? It wasn't like,
It
and
was
then,
2 years, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay, I don't care if it was 20. Like, you've never met this person. Like, you have no idea what they're like.
And did she ever show her the picture they showed on there with all her knives on the table on the bed? Did you guys?
I don't know.
She had. I mean, I have no issue with it. I love all that. I like swords and all the stuff and whatever. But she had it all laid out on the bed, and she had pictures of it. I'm like, ooh. So she's planning on creating an arsenal.
Yeah, she had a full collection. Yeah, for
And
sure.
I also wouldn't be like comfortable, like, I don't know. Maybe I would be. Listen, it's like I haven't had a one night stand ever, but like, I don't know, like hooking up with them, like the second I don't know. I guess I don't know. I really can't.
It was
talk.
2 years of buildup.
Yeah, I guess that should be like, okay. Like I met somebody in a bar and like, an hour later, but whatever. Still, like I didn't go there to their country and marry and meet them, but whatever.
True.
So yeah, I think we should all like. I would love to know what their situation is now. Is Jeymi even on IG? I don't even think I follow her.
She is.
You gotta send me her. Is she like sending people that she's alive and okay? I don't even follow her.
Oh yeah, no, she was just on vacation the other day. Let's see. Oh, she's right there. It's Jeymi. Yeah, Jaymi, Jeymy, and then Noguera, Noguera, Noguera.
Oh, I see it. Okay. Look at her stories.
Another one we have to follow.
Yeah.
Do you do that? I go through. I'm trying to
Wow,
find
like
them all.
all like the new. It's funny, like when you were first on 90 Day Fiance, like years ago, not that long ago. Your first week, you'd have like 10,000 followers, right? Like you get, and now it's like they can't even break 1,000. These new cast members, God.
Well, yeah, some of them are better at this than others.
How they could have promote like the shit tea, and like what are they gonna do?
It's too soon. We'll have to see by the end of the season if they're hawking their wares. I will say so. Yeah, Chris is also on Instagram, but on her and TikTok as well. And one of her last TikToks was really funny because it was her and her son, and they were coming back from a funeral, but it was dark out, and they couldn't get the headlights to come on the car, so they had taped a couple of flashlights to the hood so that they could get home. So Chris is a MacGyver, she's gonna make it work, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, Jury's still out with Chris and me. She's like right now. If I had to make a testimony on how she was, I'd be like, I like Jen a whole lot. I like Jeymi. Gabe and Isabel are fun.
Yes,
because they actually love each other, so that's fun. Danielle. Who else is there? Debbie. I mean, I
love Debbie.
Burn. And it's just like every other season of 90 Day Fiance, whatever it be. But this was fun. I'm just trying to figure out if I want to do an after show right now. What time is it? It's 11. Ugh. We're gonna start doing these earlier. No, we can't.
Maybe you should just do an after show on random days where you don't have anything scheduled.
Yeah, that might work because it's like I'm tired. I know Cody wants to eat. Oh, you know what? We'll do a quick after show. So I think did we cover everything for tonight?
I think we did.
We did. Yeah.
We did.
All right. So yeah, it was a good episode. Not the worst. So we got that going for us. What's gonna follow up the other way? Is it before? Is that what's next? It's usually like the pattern. I think before will come on, then 90, and then happily. I don't know.
I will admit to having no idea.
They've been changing it up as of late, though. And don't forget, we have the Key West season of the couples, the couples therapy, which is going to probably be airing soon. That shit's all in editing right now.
Is that all on Discovery Plus, though, or are they going to put it on TV?
I have a feeling with that crew, they're going to put it on TV.
I would hope so.
Because it's a pretty good crew. But they might put it on, the app. Like they put the Single Life on the app, and now they brought that to the network because. And then we have to watch Pedro's mom on
Single Life.
No, it's like Love in Paradise, I think.
Oh, I think you're right. It is. Is this going to be like just for mature women? Like
I don't know.
Weird.
Maybe it could be like her and Debbie.
Debbie's got a man. They are still hitting it. They're doing great.
We'll see. Oh, and by the way, I know I'm an hour ahead, but Julie's birthday is tomorrow, so I wanted to wish Julie
happy birthday, Julie.
148 a early happy birthday. And
happy birthday.
Wish her a happy birthday tomorrow. And that's it. So I'm going to end this. Thank you guys so much. Always a blast. As for tomorrow night, I don't know what we're going to do because we'll figure it out. And we'll be back Wednesday night for Jersey, definitely. So With all that being said, I will see you guys later. Maria and Addie, thank you so much. And if you're a 98 Fiancé level member or higher, then we'll see you on the after show in a few minutes. Bye.
Sounds good. Bye.